How did historical anxieties create Gothic literature? Imagine living in a time filled with chaos and uncertainty. That's exactly what the late 1700s and early 1800s were like. People faced many fears that shaped the stories they told. These fears turned into the dark and mysterious world of Gothic literature. During this period, England experienced major political upheaval. The English Civil War and the Jacobite Rising of 1745 left deep scars on society. People remembered these conflicts and feared similar chaos could happen again. Writers used villains in their stories to symbolize these fears. These villains often looked like defeated royalists or Tory nobles rising from the dead to haunt the living. Such stories reflected the collective anxiety about political instability and loss of power. At the same time, the Enlightenment was changing how people thought. It focused on reason, science, and logic. Many believed humans could understand everything through rational thought. But as explorers mapped the world and discovered new lands, the mystery of the unknown started to fade. The sense of wonder and magic that once filled the edges of the map disappeared. Writers rejected this cold rationality. Instead, they embraced emotion, supernatural forces, and terror. They wanted to explore the darker side of human experience that reason could not explain. The French Revolution added even more fear. The violence of the revolution shocked the world. The executions of King Louis XVI and Robespierre showed that chaos could break out at any moment. Writers responded by making their stories even more terrifying. They wanted to show that the fragile order of society could collapse into violence and horror. This created stories filled with madness, death, and the supernatural. People also looked back to the Middle Ages with nostalgia. Society was changing fast with industrialization and new ideas. Many longed for a simpler, more authentic past. Gothic stories often took place in medieval castles, ruins, and abbeys. These settings symbolized a world connected to genuine human emotions, unlike the mechanized modern world. Writers used these ancient places to express fears about losing tradition and the human touch in a world driven by progress. The rise of the middle class also played a role. As more people gained wealth and influence, they looked for ways to question authority and social rules. Gothic fiction offered a safe space for this. Readers could experience danger, transgression, and the supernatural without real consequences. It was a way to confront fears about social change and the instability of their world. The first Gothic novel, The Castle of Otranto, by Horace Walpole, published in 1764, captured all these anxieties. It was set in a medieval castle and involved ancient prophecies. The story was presented as a translation of a medieval manuscript, which added to its mysterious feel. This book set the template for many Gothic stories to come. Later works like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein explored fears about science and human ambition. Elizabeth Gaskell's stories reflected worries about the past influencing the present. In the end, Gothic literature acted as a mirror to its time. It expressed fears that people could not always put into words. The supernatural elements and dark themes were not just stories but ways to process real worries about political chaos, social change, and the loss of tradition. These stories helped people understand and confront the fears that came with living through a period of rapid change and upheaval.